Canuck Cyphercon games.
This video is primarily aimed at the people that have signed up for my games at Cyphercon. It's to help set expectations of how things will work so we can just jump right in and have as much fun as possible. Firstly, all voice communication is handled through Cypher Unlimited Discord channels. This is so the moderation team has the ability to, well, moderate as needed. Although I have mod powers as well, so if anyone aims to misbehave, keep in mind I don't have to wait for the mod team to give us spanking, and I don't mean the good kind of spanking either. Secondly, I will show my fugly face in video for all of my games, but it is not a requirement that you do so. It is preferred, and most of my players did last year, but I also know there's a lot of people not comfortable being on camera. Avatars are more than welcome as well, it still gives me something to look at, so it's not a problem. But just don't feel pressured that you have to. The game will be starting as close to the scheduled time as possible. If you're a little late, like 10 to 20 minutes, and you manage to quietly slip in, I can still probably include you. However, if there are any difficulties or questions for those latecomers, I will not be able to help you because I'll be busy running the game for the people that showed up on time. And if you're going to show up significantly late, then your spot at the table is vetoed. Someone else may even step in to take your spot. I had that last year. Several people didn't show up until half an hour to an hour late, but someone else had already slipped into that seat. We'll be using the Foundry virtual tabletop for character sheets and any images or anything I want to show during the course of the game. You do not need to make an account or anything. All you have to do is go to kedhup.com where you'll have an assigned seat and password to log in that I have set up for you. Nothing has to be done ahead of time. You'll get access when we're ready to start the session. We'll be using pre-generated characters. I don't have time to vet custom characters, plus 2 out of the 3 games are actually designed around a cast of pre-generated characters anyways. I tried to be clear with theme expectations ahead of time. Son of a Lich is a little on the comedic and lighter side. Doors and Corners will have darker elements like horror, violence, and gore. Mallrats will have high cyberpunk style action, also with violence and gore, cause I mean, it's cyberpunk. If you're not familiar with that, then you're in for a surprise, I guess. One of the only real management tools that I use for con games like this are lines and veils. Basically, things you aren't comfortable dealing with at all, or are okay having mentioned but need to be glossed over or fade to black quickly. Firstly, these are public convention games, which means that excluding the themes I already mentioned, we don't need to get into anything that's even remotely risky. No sexual things, prejudiced attitudes, etc. Actually, even for the things like violence and gore in the games that do use it, let's keep those to a moderate level. We don't need to make this into a shock factor escapade. Secondly, if you do have any lines or veils you need known, feel free to privately message me ahead of time. I don't want you to feel like the spotlight is cast on you just because you want me to know there are some things that you won't be comfortable with. Thirdly, if you have a line or veil for a theme that is intrinsic to the game, like maybe you can't handle horror, but you signed up for Doors and Corners, which is an adventure using Void Home, the sci-fi horror setting, then maybe the game's just not for you. And I request that you free up the spot for someone else that will enjoy those themes. There are still plenty of tables open at the time that I made this video, and I'll always run different games in the future if you want something of a different theme. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to tag me in the Cyphercon channel of the Cypher Unlimited Discord. By asking there, you may be able to get an answer from other people in case it takes a hot second for me to respond. However, if your concern is more private, feel free to message me directly. I can't promise I'll respond immediately. I'm hella busy these days, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. This video is just to set expectations for my own games. Don't take this as gospel for other people's games at Cyphercon. Some people may use the consent checklist. Some people may not have anything at all. Some people may require video. Some groups may allow character creation. That's up to each table individually. Cypher Unlimited and Monica Games have created an online convention with enough structure to keep us playing nice and safe, but at the same time, allowed the GM of each table to really customize the experience of how their game will run. The main rule you need here is just show respect for everyone running this, from the moderation team to the GMs, and you'll have a great time. One final thought here, and I didn't think I'd have to go over this. I won't mention who, but I may have had a couple of few bucks for this Canuck style donations at my coffee shop as a pre-thank you for running the game. Something I'm very thankful for, except I don't want anyone to feel obligated to donate to me because I'm running a game for you. At a convention, no less, where Cypher Unlimited and Monica Games are the real stars of the show for setting this up. Many of you know me and know that all I really want is to play games and see other people have fun. Hell, that's why most of my book releases are and will be free. If you give me donations for other reasons to help me support my videos or in response to my free books, awesome. But do not feel beholden to do so for the convention games. For those that already did donate for this purpose, I'd be happy to send it back to you if you felt this way for any reason. Okay, there we go. I do believe that should be everything we need for the setup for the games. I look forward to them. Should be lots of fun, and I'll see you there.